Good morning from a rainy day at Disneyland. At least security lines aren't that long. It's just before 7 a.m. And we're going to check on some construction and stay as long as we can in the rain. They're letting us into the park, and it's only 7:15. The park doesn't open until 8. That's why the lines are so short. So there's so many recommendations out there on how to get boarding groups. What I'm going to do today, because they're letting us in the park so early, is I'm actually going to check. I'm going to go down Main Street using my speed test app and check where the fastest signal on Main Street is. If they open the park early enough, I'll try checking around the park. But last time when I was in the Mr. Lincoln Theater, I ended up getting a backup boarding group, and it didn't load on my phone for a pretty good amount of time. So we're going to see at least where there's the best signal on Main Street. So starting out, I do want to mention that there was a fire here a couple days ago, right back behind the gate. They said there was nothing burned during the fire. And cast members did a really good job, from what I could tell, directing guests away from it and getting rid of it as soon as possible. Even though the park is not open, Starbucks is. And this, all the way down here by the magic shop, this is the line for Starbucks. That's actually insane. Granted, they just started letting people into the park just a little while ago, and this whole thing is Starbucks. Everything is closed. Our first bit of construction can be seen behind the castle over by Snow White's Scary Adventures. Maybe it's going to be renamed to Snow White's Adventures, I don't know. But the scrim over there has some posters without the word scary in it. Over there you can see that blue hiding, and there are actually people up there working on the roof. Okay, so I tested a bunch of places. I tested over at the end of Main Street, in the front of Main Street. It seemed like the best two spots I was getting was right outside of the train station at the base of the steps and right outside of City Hall at the end of the line. So I'm going to try somewhere smack dab in the middle and see if I get a boarding group. The line is really long now, but I just want to go meet Minnie and Mickey together. So obviously I wasn't the only one to figure out the best spot, or at least where there's the best signal. So the signal was 80 megabits per second. It just went down to 1 because there are so many people here. So I'm gonna try and leave the park and maybe try and get a one from Disney California Adventure. I don't know. Okay, so I tried. I wasn't able to get a good boarding group. It ended up being a backup boarding group, so I probably won't ride it today, which is fine. I ended up doing a construction video over at California Adventure, looking at Avengers Campus, Grizzly River Run, which is under refurbishment and has a lot of cool stuff going on, and all the stuff going on in Cars Land, which there's a surprising, a lot of stuff that's going on there. So that'll be posted tomorrow, and stay tuned for that. But now, while we're here, might as well get on a couple attractions and then check out the construction going on here, because there is a lot going on. Looks like there are a lot of people trying to speak with guest relations over here. Hopefully it's not all angry stuff about boarding group. Looks like that guy is a Chewy on his baka. Get it? I have a lot of bad jokes. So just a couple hours ago, I spoke about the blue scrim, which was behind Disneyland Castle, and now that blue scrim is down because of the rain. So that will hopefully give us a much better look over at Snow White when we head over there right now. I mean, just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yes, they have pulled down the scrim, and we can see that this spire right here, which was the old light blue of the old castle colors, is being retiled. Half of the tiles, actually, looks like 90% of the tiles are gone, except for that bottom row. Let's check over here, see what we can see. You can definitely see here the scrim is pulled down halfway, which is pretty cool. This is one of the new scenes coming to the Snow White Scary Adventures. So we can see that this work goes all the way to the top of the attraction. They're repainting. We can see that second floor, those columns especially, it's very evident that they have repainted those probably in the last couple days. They're probably going to, if they haven't already, retiled that top. And it does still look like the bottom says Snow White Scary Adventures, so I don't know if they're doing a name change anymore. There's so much to see here. Taking a slightly different angle, you can just see how far these work walls protrude into the pathway. And this is not the only attraction in Fantasyland that's under refurbishment. So is the carousel, which is covered up by these blue walls and these Fantasyland styled walls. Here's a great view where you can see both attractions that are under refurbishment. You can actually see that they have taken out a lot of the carousel with the roof popping out and looking a little bit naked. And of course here there's a little bit of a line to speak with guest relations as well. So I decided to go into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge for just a little bit to take the trip around the rivers of America and also to get myself some green milk. Last time I was here, I tried both the green and blue milk for the first time, and I have that on video if you want to check it out. And I liked both. Green milk was better. Green milk was definitely better. So I might be incorrect in saying this, but I do believe this is my first time in Galaxy's Edge while it's raining, which is pretty exciting. So one thing I will note is it doesn't even look like they opened the attraction yet today. Some of the attraction is outside, and because there are trackless vehicles, that might not work too great. So I definitely don't think my backup boarding group will be called at all. Okay, so I did check with them, and they said the reason why it was down this morning was not the rain. It actually was because they had a little bit of a power dip at 7:30 this morning. It's right now about 8:45. So the park's been open for just under an hour, and they've not started boarding. You know, I don't think I've ever noticed that yellow on the side of the Splash Mountain lift hill. I'm sure it's always been there, I've just never seen it. Interesting. It's very bright. Now this is pretty cool. Oh my goodness, Haunted Mansion is right now being uncovered as we speak. What? This is so cool. We're gonna get a great view. This is freaking epic. We'll also take a look here at Mark Twain Riverboat. All of the scrim has come down off of that. I don't know if it's because of the rain, most likely just because it's getting close to being done. Looking into the Mark Twain a little bit, there's some piping and stuff towards the front of it. So I don't know what that's for, but they are still doing some work. And they're all still, there's some wires on this ground floor, some covered up tarp, and some construction equipment. This is so cool. They're pulling up the scrim, and you can see the windows are taken out. That's pretty exciting. They're doing a lot of refurbishment on this attraction. Over here, you can see they do have some attraction concept art. And this sign, which is a replica of the original sign, which was up on Haunted Mansion for 7 years before it opened. That's right, they built the shell of this attraction and didn't open it for 7 years, which is actually crazy. So you think Rise of the Resistance was bad, that it took just a couple months. No, this was 7 whole years. This is crazy. I don't know if you can see it. This guy isn't even on the wooden pathway. He's standing on the railings. That's pretty crazy. Looks like they're going to start on this side pretty soon, pulling down the scrim. Here we can see them pulling stuff down, or more realistically, they're pulling it up. And that roof looks like they've done a lot of work on it. So here we can see another window that has been taken out, which is very, very exciting. Now, I didn't mention these fences over here blocking the Mark Twain. It is this scrim. It goes all the way along the Mark Twain, just so people don't see what construction they're doing on it. But again, hopefully it'll be back out soon. It's great getting to see the Haunted Mansion again. Now, it did just go down for refurbishment last month. Usually it only lasts a couple weeks to change it back from Haunted Mansion Holiday. But this time it's going to be a couple months, because they're not just doing refurbishment on the inside, but on the outside, as you can probably tell. So heading towards New Orleans Square. I actually do have a fast pass right now for Big Thunder Mountain Railroad that I'm not going to use. I only got it because I had hoped that it would go down because of the rain, but there's no way I would ever ride that in the rain. I do want to board something before leaving, so I'm gonna check out Pirates. They are using the extended queue, so I probably won't do that. Maybe Indiana Jones Adventure. So in regard to coming back, you'll probably know whether I'm coming back before I do, because you'll just see how long this video is. Yesterday they got up to group 119. Right now they're at about 15. So if it goes as well as yesterday, then I should be coming back tonight to board the attraction. If not, well, then I'll just come back some other day. Oh my goodness, just my luck. Indiana Jones Adventure is down. Crazy. Oh, looks like they had to do an evac. You can see people coming out of the exit. That's exciting. Well, the good thing is all of them will get fast passes to come back on that attraction or to go on any other one. Before heading out, there is still some construction going on in Tomorrowland that I want to take a quick peek at. We can still see that there is some construction fencing over here showing the new entrance to Tomorrowland. And there are still some French fry racks yet left here and over there near Buzz Lightyear. Don't know if or when they're going to get rid of this. Well, we'll see. One thing that's also very exciting is these walls have been uncovered with its new paint scheme, which is this really cool sheer that changes colors as you go by and changes colors depending on how the light hits it. It's really, really futuristic, really, really cool. Good job, Disney. This looks awesome. So over here by Space Mountain, there's an Onward sneak peek. The new Pixar film with Tom Holland, Chris Pratt, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. That comes out in March. And they're doing a sneak peek, which is cool. Over here we can also see, with the scrim down, the new staircase, which is going to be an emergency staircase from the second level of the Space Mountain queue. Right now, Space Mountain is a 50-minute wait. I'll check single rider. My guess is it's not going to be great. I couldn't tell you the last time I've waited in the regular queue for this attraction. So my rule riding this is if it is past the curve enough, I will ride it. Okay, this is a good thing. It does appear to be past the curve. But let's see how far past the curve. This is the question. Oh, okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I'll do Space Mountain. So this wasn't worth it at all. The cast member was not utilizing single rider. She was letting people go with just a single person in a group single person in a row. Not really appropriate, I guess. They do have the authority though, but it's kind of frustrating. I may not have ridden a ride today, but I did get a churro. So all is good with the world. You can see the rain has really started to come down. I know people who have been to Disney World are laughing because this is nothing compared to what they get. I know, I'm an East Coaster. I'm just saying for out here, this is not too great. Hey, thanks so much for joining me. We got a lot done today. Looked at construction going on all around the park, and it was raining, so we got to see some rain in the park, which is fun as well. Thanks so much, and have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Before leaving Mickey and Friends, these are new. These signs, which say how many spots are in each row. Or maybe they're not. I'm just noticing them.